Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. We are out here again at the Superduty doing another upgrade. Lately, a lot of people have having problems with their cold side intercooler pipe bursting, especially under load if you're towing, and we do tow like the fifth wheel or the boat or something. So to prevent that from happening to us, or at least try to, we're going to upgrade that pipe. If you've seen in a previous video, we did a video with the S&B cold air intake, which was definitely a noticeable difference. Sounds a little better. It's a pretty nice setup, seamless install. We like that. So what we did was went with S&B again, and we got their cold side intercooler pipe. It's got part of it's aluminum, part of it's a silicone hose, which is better than the rubber, much stronger. So we're going to get this installed today. It's a pretty simple install. You need minimal tools, probably like I'll show you here in a second. It's very few tools, and you might want a little step stool to get up in the front of yours. I'm 6 foot, but I still need a step stool. So with that being said, let's get over here and show you what tools we're going to need, and we'll open up this S&B cold intercooler cold side pipe, and then we'll get that installed. All right, everybody, here we are. We're going to open this up, take off the packing. Here's that aluminum part I was telling you about. Let's get that up, man. Looks pretty nice. That'll go nice with the we got that steel pipe that's under there, so this will go good with that. So let's set that down to the side. More garbage. Here's the silicone portion of the pipe. Now you can tell that's going to be stronger than the rubber. Logoed out. Also comes with a couple of the T-clamps. Hopefully these are stainless. And then you got some zip ties if you have the zip tie or wires up. I'll show you that when we get up there. And also in here is the O-ring. The O-ring is going to go inside of here. I don't know if you can see that. It's going to go in that groove in there. So that's probably one of the first things we'll do, is probably just get that set in there so we don't forget it. You also got your installation instructions if you need them. S&B decal. So that's all you need there. Let's pull over to tools. Show you the tools. You're going to need a ratchet. We got a 3/8 ratchet right here. We didn't have a long enough extension because you got to get down in there to that clamp on the lower part of the pipe has a clamp. You got to get down in there, and that's going to be a 7mm to get to that clamp, the ones that are on it right now. So that and this little ratchet for that. And then when you go to put these T-clamps back on, these are 11mm, and that's what we got here, 11, so we can get down in there. If you don't have like long enough extensions, we're traveling so we don't have that, you can go with like some setup like this or something, make it that much longer. They're not tight. And then you'll need a screwdriver or a panel popper to pop those clips. And that's all you're going to need for those. Let's open this up. We're going to, like I said, what we're going to do first is put that rubber in this pipe. So you can see the groove in there. We're just going to set it down in there. Hope you guys can see that. There it is. Put in there nice. And this little bung you see here this is going to be for the temp sensor for the cold charge cooler there, or the charge air cooler. That's going to be a sensor that goes there. We're going to take it out of the old one. I'll show you how to take that out when we get up there. So now we got this pretty much set. Let's go get the old one off, and then we'll get this one going. All right, guys, here we are in the engine bay. Like I mentioned, there's that S&B cold air intake right there. Pretty nice setup. Would be nice if this was kind of aluminum like that new pipe we're putting in. And here's that steel one I was talking about. But this is the one we're going to change. You can see this. It's just the regular rubber hose, and it goes down. Not sure if you guys can see in there. Hopefully there's the clamp that goes to the bottom of that. We're going to have to take that off. That's why we need the long extensions. But first what we're going to do is we're going to come here. We're going to pop like this clip off here, which 2 hands would be nice, but let's see what we could do here. Be careful there. Got that one clip off. There's the one that clips on the hose. And this is the spot where we'll need the panel popper over here. We'll unplug this sensor first. There we go. I don't know if you've seen that or not. And then we're going to use the screwdriver. We're going to pop this, or your panel popper if you have one, pop this out. So let me get you guys set up on a tripod and make this a little easier, and we'll get to that. All right, guys, hopefully that's a better view for you. I'll give you the aerial view. First we're going to do is pop this off. Like I said, we're just using a screwdriver. You can use a panel popper. We're going to move that up and out of the way for now. We'll put that back when we're done. Next, we're going to get down there to that 7mm hose clamp. This is what I have to use because I don't have the longest tension here. You guys aren't going to be able to see it, but it's literally just a regular hose clamp. We're just going to loosen that. There we go, that one's loose. Then we're going to take our little one here. We're going to get this clamp next. I mean, if you want to, you don't have to. Actually, I'll show you that way without it. Let's not take that one off. Let's just pop it off right from here. We'll leave this all connected. So what we got to do is this clip that's in here, we have to get into that clip. So we got to get the end of it. There's usually a spot where the end is. You can see it right here. Just pop it forward. You can use anything you have that's pointy. Hopefully I'm not in your guys' way. There we go. See, we got it off. It's just sitting there to the side. Now we're going to just back that off. There we go. And then we're going to go down to the bottom part and we're going to wiggle that one loose, which shouldn't be too hard either. And there we go, guys. It's out. You can see this sensor we're gonna have to take out right here. We didn't have to take that clamp. You can leave it right on. And here's that other clamp that you couldn't see down below. I mean, fortunately ours didn't have a problem yet, but to avoid it having a problem, we're gonna take care of it now. Might as well, right? It looks good. As you can see here on this here, it's a little yucky. We're gonna yucky. We're gonna wipe that off. Give us a nice clean spot for the new seal to go. Whatever you do, don't lose your clip here, because you're gonna transfer that over to that nice chrome piece. So that's what that looks like. Don't lose that. We want this surface nice and smooth, so when we put the new piece on, the gasket, the rubber gasket we put in there, or O-ring, we'll have a nice place to sit. So there's that. Let me wipe this off also. Got a little bit of that gunk on there too. Then we'll go back and get our other piece and we'll transfer this over to that and get that reinstalled. All right, guys, we went and got our pieces. As you can see on our new one, we have this clip has a little gap in it. We want that to go towards the top here. You'll see this little groove right there. We want the top part of that clamp to go in there or be lined up with that. So just like that, you can see all of them poking through. And when we put that on, it's just gonna click right on. Pretty nice. And then that seal we put in will seal nicely to that. All right, guys, like I said, now that we got that clip in there, we're gonna go to put the silicone, this hose back on. So we're gonna grab a clamp. When you open the package, there's two different size ones. The smaller one is gonna go on that bottom end that goes down here. So we're gonna slip that on like that. Tighten it up a little, just so it gives us a kind of a start. We don't have so far to go when it's down there. There we go, like that. Then we're gonna go slip this down here. Just slip it back in the way you took it out. Sorry if I'm in your guys' way. It isn't the biggest area to work in. Again, make sure your clamp is where you want it to be. That looks good for us. And also, I think in the the S&B instructions, it says to take this off or unbolt it so it gives you a little more room. I think we can do it without it. It looks like we can easily. So we're gonna leave that there. We don't want to take off anything we don't need to. So now that we got this one down here, we're gonna put our next clamp on. Make sure we have this oriented in a way where we can get to this and it's not gonna hit anything. Next, we're gonna put in our cool piece of pipe. So let's slide that in there. Just work it into the silicone there. There we go. Take a little finagling, but you'll get it. Next, we're gonna push this up on here. All right, we're just gonna keep pushing that in. It should seat just like that. That leaves us the room we need to get our adapter piece in there, our sensor. So let's get to that. I'll show you how to take it out of the old one and put it in here. All right, guys, before we change that sensor, we're gonna tighten up our hose clamps. We're gonna do this first one down here. Remember, that's an 11 millimeter. You're gonna want a deep well. Again, I have to join a couple smaller tensions. I don't have the big one. Just gonna get on there, get it tight. All right, guys, now we're going to this clamp. Let's tighten that one down. It would be faster with a little air or a battery ratchet, but you don't want to go crazy on it either, so. There we go. We don't want to go crazy. All right, that one's tight. Now I'm going to show you how to get this sensor. You can see it right here. There's that little clip down in there. I don't know if you guys can see it. This little clip right here. We're going to be lifting that up. And then we're going to be able to rotate it counterclockwise. So just pry up on it a little. Turn it counterclockwise like that. And then work it out because that has a rubber O-ring on it also. You can see that there. Now we're just gonna, oops, sorry. You can see that there. Now we're just gonna transfer that over to the other pipe. Okay, it's the same thing on here. There's a little, I know I'm not close enough for you guys, but there's a little like raised up piece on here. That's where we're gonna start that. Because these right in here, you'll see it's got like fan blades like type things that stick out. Inside of here, there's grooves for those. You're gonna find them grooves, line it up, and then you're gonna twist it back the other way. Like that, work it in. You're gonna turn it at the same time. Whoop. Like I was saying, we're going to line the grooves up like this, push it in, then turn that and you'll feel it lock in place. It should look where your clip for the back of your wire is towards this way here. That way you know you got it lined up right. Plus it'll sit flush in there like that. Okay, next we're just going to hook our hoses back up here, or our wires I should say. We'll stick it in through there, put it back on the way it came off. Then we're just gonna, we'll bring this one over to the top because on this old one, that's where that clip was we pried out with the screwdriver, or your panel popper. The new one doesn't have that. So we're just gonna bring this over the top, plug it in, and it did include some zip ties, so you can zip tie it there if you want. I'm just gonna clip mine there like that. That clip kind of goes between those two. Fits pretty nice. And there you have it, guys. Installed. Looks great. You ain't got to worry about it bursting under load, or at all for that matter. And only took a little bit of time, easy job. So just make sure your hose clamps are tightened and lined up and you got everything back in place. Well, there you have it, guys. Another successful job, easy to do. Get rid of this old pipe. I mean, it worked for us up till now, but we just want to prevent any future problems. So, because people have been reporting having problems with that. So we got rid of this, put on that new S&B one. Plus it looks awesome if you're into that. If you guys are interested in one of these, I'll leave a link down in the description. We're not affiliated. I did buy it with my own money, but we do like it. They have them for multiple year trucks. So this one's model number 831001. I think that fits a 17 to a 20 or 22, something like that. You'll have to go on there and take a look. But if you guys got any questions about anything on the install, please leave us a comment. We'll get back to that for you. I know some of it was probably hard to see because my hat probably got in the way and the angle I had the camera, but it's, you know, kind of tight in there. So yeah, any other questions, comments, or concerns, leave those down below. We get to every one of those. If you wouldn't mind, please take a moment to subscribe. I know a bunch of you aren't subscribed. We'd appreciate it if you just take a minute, press the subscribe button. It helps us out. You know, we can put out better content for you guys. If there's something you'd like to see, hit us up. We'll put it on there. Don't forget to hit that bell notification and hit that like button also. That would help. Until next time, guys, try something new. And as the other Jimmy would say, do a little bit of everything.